I'm Nancy Riesco, and this is my family home in Vancouver. I live here with my husband and 2 children, and we love it. We bought this house a year ago in June, and we came from a really large house, a very traditional house, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to move, but then once my husband showed me this house, I immediately loved it. A smaller house turned out to be what we all wanted. One of the reasons we loved this house was the view. You can see the ocean. And so this feels like a really nice boat because you're so close to the outside. When you enter the house, you immediately see the wallpaper with the birds because I love the punch of color. It sort of sets the tone for the rest of the house. It's joyful. The dining room, we started off with the chairs. I loved those chairs for years. They're Japanese, they're made in Japan. And then we chose the table, and we liked the sort of wood on wood, all the blonde, just the lightness of it. Over the table there's a lamp called the Zettel Z by Ingo Maurer, and I've always loved it because it's just made up of note papers. And it comes with a whole bunch of different pieces of paper with different things in different languages, but you also get lots of blank ones and you can make your own. And I asked my kids to do a few, and I drew a portrait of our dog. You know, it's just fun. And then I had all this art that was spread all over a big house, but now I have to contain it. So I've always loved salon style. So I had a friend help hang the art, and it just made me so happy. You get to see so many things, it's not just one piece. I think it was a bit of a risk putting a green painted glass backsplash in the kitchen, because that's not going to be everybody's favorite color. But it's just like, wow, and I love color. So I didn't have to think about it, and because the kitchen is so clean, plain, and simple, I could put my layers of accessories and olive oil and all that business, and it wasn't competing with anything else. The living room, we always thought would be sort of a sand and sea color combo. So that's where the blue and the sandy colors come from. We wanted it to reflect the outside, but of course color snuck in because I'm a color kook. And so it's good though because it's a neutral backdrop, and then you can just put whatever color you want. I mean, today it's pinky purple, and of course I love orange, and I love this blue that we have, and strangely it all goes together, so it always makes me happy. When we first moved to this house, I thought, where am I going to put all my things? I've collected so many things over the years with traveling, and you know, being an interior designer, you kind of see a lot of stuff. You know, you just can't plunk things down. It has to make sense. It actually took almost a year to get it right. You know, this table here was designed and made by a young woman that worked for us at our design firm. And there's a little bust here that my daughter did in her art class. So that really means a lot to me. And clocks that I bought in France, and books that I bought in Paris. The house is meant to be full of memories, and I don't ever design or decorate to just look good. It has to mean something. The powder room already had one of the walls covered in this convex tile. It's so cool, and you really have to go up to it and see, oh, nobody's really quite sure what it is until they sort of reach out and touch it. And I love it. It's just so fun. Our bedroom has, you know, this stupendous view again, and really big windows, and my husband's a real estate developer, so he likes to look out the window above the bed at night and see some of his buildings twinkling in the night. It's very calm, light, it's very relaxing, and of course that's what a bedroom should be. Our daughter Gemma's room is really bright, airy space, and before we moved, we asked her if there were particular things she'd like to have. So ever since Gemma was little, she's always been really fascinated by different cultures and people and countries and wanting to travel. And so she said she wanted a gigantic map. And it's wallpaper. So we just had our paper hanger hang it, and she lies in bed and looks up at all the places she has been and thinks about all the other places she hasn't been. She loves it. Before we moved into this house, Charlie said he absolutely had to have a bunk bed. I found one. I love it and he loves it. And it really makes the room something special. He has his desk in there and he's got all of his things displayed and he likes it. It's his little cocoon. When we moved here, after a few weeks, my daughter said, "Have you noticed my anxiety levels have gone down since we moved here?" Typical teen, always, monitoring. But I said, "Really, Gemma?" And she said, "Yeah, our old house was creepy." But what this house does is you're always together. If someone's in the kitchen, someone's in the dining room, someone's in the living room, you're always here. Some people might consider this home too small for them, but it actually forces you to do things the way you really should. Spend a lot of time with your family and get rid of a lot of stuff you don't need.